Hello there team, Happy New Year and welcome to something horrendous. As you can tell from the frame counter up the top, this is an exceptionally long battle. This is something that has been, this is a battle that I've been dreading for some time now, but I've actually been really wanting to go through. It will take me quite a while, as the video length will show, and so I wanted to save it for a special occasion. I've got myself a bottle of wine there. I'm going to be making my way through that during the replay, so you are going to hear mouth noises, you're going to hear slurping. I'm sorry, that's all there is, that's all that can be done. I've got the pulp filter on, hopefully it'll shield us from some of it, but it's not going to do much. I'm playing as Rude Hour today, along with a real assortment of good and evil factions. Let's start all the way over here as we march up toward the settlement. This is a good versus 3, I don't know if I said the name already, Horondar, yes, something of the sort. I'll name it properly in the title anyway. We've got Ben Binks, who... Is that Jar Jar? I'm pretty sure that's Jar Jar Binks. Playing as Umbar today, he's got his Harbingers of Castamere, Sentinels there, Alcarondas Legion line. Why am I going through this fast? We've got all the time in the world as the boys set up today. We've got the Balakith Shield Bearers there, got an armor upgrade for them? I suspect so. No, it doesn't look like it. Then some Corsair Fencers, more of them, and then some Adunheim Shield Guard and Crossbows, of course. I'm playing as Rude Hour, pretty faithful to that. As I rush on forward, no, I'm taking my time. Rude Hour Swordsmen there, some Berserkers, Herenidane Pikes, Troll Hunters, of course, 2 of them, Dunman Pikes there, Axemen today, Rude Hour Marksmen there, more Clansmen, armor upgrades for the Clansmen today, and Herenidane Rangers, which is quite abnormal for me. Coldfell Maidens, more Rude Hour Marksmen, the Enslavers, Swordsmen, and then we move on to my ally there, who's in a bit of a jumble. We'll come back to Till for Till of Piron, I think his name is. We'll come back to him in a minute when things are a bit more organised. We've got Sauron here, leading the Witch Realm of Angmar from down below in this deep crevice, and he's going to be making his way up with his Orc Fellers, some Guardians of Carndum, Trolls of Gundabad right there, some Witch Realm Pikes, Goblin Trackers. Over here, more Guardians, more Orc Fellers, more and more Orc Fellers, Guardians of Carndum there, Goblin Trackers. We're seeing some of the Blackguard. Nope, that's just some caped individuals. Snaga Stalkers, more Pikes, and Snaga Archers and such. Yeah, pretty normal. Not the double troll force, which is very rare nowadays. People don't really seem to do that. And we've even got an Arius here, playing as Mirkwood. So we've got the Woodland Realm Patrol, Hirioth, Woodland Realm Axemen, moving forward, Hiriek, Hirioth, then the Elders of the Elven King, Hiriek, Spears of Emenduir, Hiripeng, Spears of Emenduir again, Wardens, Woodland Realm Patrol, Elven King Palace Guard, probably where the General is today. No, I guess he's, no, he's with the Elders. Yes, down here. Good. Yep, we see him. We spawn him right there. Then moving up here, we see the Sindar of the Girdle. And as that, has Lothlorien moved out into a better position yet? I think he sort of has. Yes, good. He's got his Lornand Spearmen up front, some Karis Galadron Guardians, Eldar Council, my Coldfell Maidens mixing amongst them. As they walk through us, Watchers of the Golden Wood, looks like the Kindred of Celeborn there. Lornand Archers, Lornand Spears, Lornand Warriors, Swordsmen, and Archers at the back. 2 elves on the attack, 2 great archer elves on the attack. To add on to that, the defenders are going to be under a fair bit of fire. Luckily, they do have this large stone wall in our way, and some of the nastiest choke points I've ever encountered. So we've got the Mark of the Night taking Gondor, who's going to be more than happy in those tight choke points. He's got his Veterans of his Gileath moving through. Oh, Pelargar Marines, Nimlothian Honor Guard we spotted just there, Citadel Guard, Fountain Guard, Guards of his Gileath, Pelargar Marines again, Raven Helms, Fountain Guard. Moving on through here, we're seeing some Wardens of Minas Ithil, scary. Guards of his Gileath again. Gondorian Archers, no armor upgrade for the Gondorian Archers today. Nothing up on these walls yet. But we move on to his next ally. the greasy Italian. He's taking the Dwarves of Erebor today. The Axe Guard of Erebor, Ironfoot crossbows, and a pike and spearman line. Yep, Ironfoot spears, Ironfoot pikes. In this sort of a tight hold there, Dwarves are very scary. Blacklock engineers, or halberdiers, Axe Guard, Ironfoot crossbows. He's even got the war goats hanging around too. Then legionnaires, halberdiers, Obsidian Guard, Highborns of Erebor there. Got the general in their number, I would expect. I'm not seeing him. No. Just some beefy... Oh, no, there... No. No. Okay then, that's fine. Axe throwers. That looks like a Sons of the Fallen. That is a Son of the Fallen. What the heck are you doing there? I didn't... Okay. Cool. I didn't know that there was a Son of the Fallen in that unit. Axe throwers, Sons of Durin, Dragon Slayers, Legionnaires, Pikes, and Warden. Oh, nope, the same Wardens, not anymore. And then lastly, Unknown Soldier is taking Mordor to the fight with his Moron infantry. Some Orc fodder, or infantry, more infantry, Minas Morgul Chosen. Bulldogs. Looks like the General's in... No, General is not in the Bulldogs today. Maulers. Moron infantry, axe throwers there, Moron infantry again, the Ironfoot spears, Temple Guard, Moron infantry, Temple Guard, wait, 2 Temple Guard, double Temple Guard today, Minas Morgul Chosen, Orc fodder, Moron archers, and that is that. So, no doubt a few other things hidden and dotted around, but we will settle ourselves here as we all shuffle around into position. So this, as I say, it's a very long battle. I'll jump it up to 2 speed for the time being, but I want to make this take a long time. Like, this is meant to be something a little bit special, meant to be this sort of end of year celebration, I suppose. Got some Isla Negra Cabernet Sauvignon. It's my jam. It really is. It's nothing too fancy. You can get it in Tesco, but it really is my go-to when I want something quite pleasant, which I enjoy. What's this shuffling about over in this corner? We don't actually have any confrontation for some time, so no, good. I just wanted to have a check. So there was a fair bit of discussion between us as to who wanted to take which way, and because of the deployment zones, this should be the route that I go down. And I really didn't want to. Especially not against the dwarves. Rudar, as much as I love them, not fantastic AP. When you can't throw things. When you can throw things, yeah, fantastic AP. When you can't, oh well. And then also armor, really lacking in that capacity. So I didn't really want to come funneling through there by myself and get cut to pieces. So I was a little bit hesitant. I didn't argue, but you know, hey, that's just the way it goes. And so what we end up generally having is, for the most part, 3 of us are going to be coming down this way and coming in through this alleyway, and this, which is definitely the most pleasant point to attack. Even though there is a very tight point in it right there, that's still a hell of a lot wider than any of these little choke points going through these buildings. It's a really cool map, actually. Those choke points, as bloody as they are, it's fun to fight amongst them. And we'll be seeing a lot of that in this battle. Let me settle myself back onto this hillside. So it's generally going to be leaving myself and Umbar over on this left side to muck about. But Anarius is sending over some of his skilled elven archers, which gives us a little more security. Umbar's advancing on down here. And he'll be setting up in front of this this corridor here with his crossbowmen up front. As I say, I'll take this time generally to chat about, and I'll be taking, there's a lot of moments where I will be doing just rambling in general. So I am really grateful for how quickly this channel has kind of been growing. Didn't imagine it to be doing that. It really sort of blew me away with how much, like, I didn't even, the first few videos I put out, I was chuffed to bits. I was getting, say, 50 views on them, and now it's I'm putting something out with 500. It blows me away. It really does, and I'm super grateful for that. So no, that's really cool. And also, it's nice. You know, the subscribers are great too. The aim for YouTube in general for me is just it's threefold, I guess. Primary is just to give back to a community that I think has really given me the best strategy gaming experience I've ever had. You know, the Reforged community has without a doubt, you know, this game is fantastic. I really enjoy it. Oh, let's I know this is a bit more of a relaxed environment, but let's just pop into an offline there. And the Reforged community has really given me the best experience in that I've ever had from a Total War game. It's really fun to play it competitively, which I've never really, apart from Shogun 2, I had never really had that from a Total War game. As much as I've always loved Total War, I've never really wanted to jump on and actually try and fight and try and win. You know, it's never really been about that, but Reforged just feels right. And at the same time, it's I feel it does capture a lot of just the feel of Lord of the Rings, which is incredibly important. But you know, it's found a great balance. As I say, I wanted to give back to that. I wanted to produce content that would. I'd love to think that somebody's found one of my videos and has downloaded the mod, you know. But yeah, maybe, you know. But even then, it's just nice to give back in some little way. And that was the main reason. That was the first reason, anyway. Second reason was, as some of you may see from like my Synergy videos and my Stormworks and all that, I'm wanting it to be an archive for, you know, my friends and I. You know, we're not teenagers anymore. We're not in high school anymore. We don't have the same amount of free time to play games and hang out with each other as we used to. You know, even 3 years ago, the situation was insanely different. And I do feel that it's not going to be too long until I'm not going to be able to jump on my TeamSpeak and just, you know, have Flash and Zemio and everybody there and, you know, just playing games and chatting around. So I wanna make something so that I can look back on all that. So I really do appreciate anybody that does go and watch the Synergy videos or the Stormworks videos, but don't worry if it's not your thing. I just don't push yourself to enjoy it just for the sake of me. You know, it's for another purpose. And then, I mean, the third one is, of course, I'd love for YouTube to become something where I can make a little bit of change on it. You know, it'd be nice to just. I love my job, you know, and I'm not really wanting YouTube to ever really become a job, but I'd love it if, you know, if I could pull in just, you know, I don't even know how much money I could do, but, you know, just a little bit of change from my hobby. That's always sort of the dream, I think. We're seeing the Wardens of Minas Ithil here opening fire on Umbar's forces here. Yes, yeah, this is Jar Jar Binks, it's gotta be. As he just takes a bit of a beating. Let me just have a quick check. Good. We'll see how that looks. That was just a check to make sure that I was actually sort of recording this. Everything looks all well and good. I'll be doing that sort of periodically during this video. Of course, their fencers are coming straight on in, and there's nothing standing in their way, so this is a good move. Try and just make a break for it before they even block us in. Now, what am I even doing right now? I think I'm just chill. Yeah, I'm just chilling out. The reason that I was kind of doing this and I was so sort of relaxed early on was most of my forces are hidden. So I was kind of wanting to give time for the defenders to forget about me and to forget what my army was composed of. So that's why I wasn't really moving around things too much. And I think there's always that level of stress. Well, that level of like, I don't want to let my team down. And that's why a lot of new players just are much more passive on the battlefield. It's not because it's usually because they are sort of scared and they don't want to let their team down. And if you go on the attack, you might make a mistake. And if you make a mistake, everybody's going to be upset with you. So it's that's generally it. And I'm not saying I'm too worried about that anymore, but it still is prevalent, of course. So that's why I am a bit hesitant. You know, if you stay back, if you nobody can you can't let anybody down. But I really should have gone for it earlier. Because right now, you know, Jar Jar Binks is over here pushing Gondor, of all people, and like Gondor is perfect for this. It loves it. So do the dwarves, of course, but you know, Gondor's got units like the Fountain Guard mixed up with the Sentinel Guard here. This is not something that can be broken easily. Corsair Fencers, with their great amount of skill, yeah, they'll get a few pokes. They'll start whittling through this, but it's going to take a while. And but he has cracked at it, and that is the only point of real combat going on right now. We're seeing Anarius here as he runs his troops on behind me in order to try and get a good point to fire at the Gondorians over there. Cinder the Girdle waiting up here. But over on this end, not much action going on. Let's see, Anarius sort of focusing over on our side right now. The Snagastalkers, exhausted Snagastalkers, or sorry, very tired Snagastalkers, from Mordor, not Mordor, Sauron, have come forward. Just to stare down these orc fodder. Really the pleb tier of pleb tier staring each other down right now. My money, to be honest, would be on the Snagastalkers here, but that's just because the orc fodder, of course, have that spear malice, which would be an issue. Oh, we just saw some archers pop up, but... Nice. Yeah, we just saw these shadow bows pop up as well now. Rangers are always going to be very scary in this sort of environment, in any sort of environment. Just got off a little Silmarillion battle, which was a lot of fun. It was a siege battle. Just a little 3v2. And yeah, Rangers were used to great effect, to say, or body piercing units were used to great effect. So I'm taking my Rudar Marksmen and splitting them up here. They've got, as I say, the nice thing about Rudar Marksmen, they've got a little bit more ammo. They're never going to rack up that many kills, but that's not what I use archers for. I use archers to, hey, shoot at me, or hey, just like jab, just scare you. So I get my Rudar Marksman running off this way, and then get my other one over this way, because there's really nothing I can do with archers in this area. And that's another thing as well. With Rudar, I rely so much on my javelins, and with the construction of this choke point here, I just can't really... The unit size we were on, I think we were on ultra, well, large, you know, not large, sorry, we were on huge, so I couldn't actually fit a unit in here in order to actually throw at that line. So the only thing I could do is attack it, and that's kind of that was putting me off it big time. So I get my Rudar Marksman off to just go and support other people. I get these guys running on down here. No, they're just walking right now, but they're about to walk through really a kind of field of death, because Gondor can just, at any time he wants, Gondor can just line up there and open fire on me. Wardens of Minas Ithil there have opened fire a little bit. They're a really important unit to sort of have exposed like this, but Jar Jar Binks doesn't really want to open fire on them right now. I'd be really tempted to just get a good crossbow volley on them myself, just because... you know, they're 2 hit point badasses at the end of the day. I'd love to just kill them. Of course, most of their kills are going to come from range, but, you know, hey, dead guy's a dead guy. Corsair Fencers here really just sort of bouncing off this, but what are we at now? 72 for the Citadel Guard. They've taken a few losses, but really it's not much compared to how many Corsairs have been lost. Let's watch that for a minute. It's quite cool to watch them fight, actually. Is that animation in the base game, or have we had to... Oh, it's kind of like a spear animation. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was a bit strange. I wonder what we've had to do with these. Again, when I say we, I never say that with the intention of taking credit for anything. That's just the way that I speak. But over here, yeah. So it's generally like Mordor is holding here and here, whereas then the dwarves are holding this choke point, and that choke point, well, Gondor's holding that choke point. So right now, Mordor's got a lot on his plate, but I'm sure that, yeah, you see, there's a lot of dwarves here. Everybody is going to be very ready to reinforce him as soon as it is needed. And it's probably not going to be needed for a little while longer. As you see, this is kind of why it took a really long time. You know, we spent so much time shuffling around and just getting up into position. It's such a nice map, but it's so big. And swordsmen coming forward. Palace Guard have actually come forward here They're anti-cavalry, so his aims are with them his aim with them is just to block that way so that the wargoats can't come running out. Now, I'm of course not scared about the wargoats. I've got my Coldfell Maidens right behind me, you know, I've got a bunch of spears. It's not too much of an issue, but if those wargoats run out and then get away from me, they could do some damage to somebody that's not expecting them. So, as I say, this is kind of, I always feel much more confident fighting alongside somebody rather than fighting by myself. I know I do say that I always enjoy fighting by myself, but when it comes to this sort of scenario, I was unconfident. I just didn't know what to do. So I thought Umbar's got a bit better quality. I can come over there and I can just be Umbar's meat shield, and I can, you know, I can be a bit more meat for the grinder. So little by little, I'm sending my forces over there. I'm sending forward these Rudar swordsmen. Right now, I've actually managed to be able to engage his Athelian Rangers here in a bit of an archer duel. Now, of course, my Rudar marksmen are dropping like flies at this, but I'm happy with it. It's making him use up his ranger ammunition on it. Now, the Mark of the Knight, he's been around a little while now. This battle was from about a month ago, though, so he was a bit newer at the time. This is, of course, this is amazing for me. This isn't what you're meant to do with Rangers, and the Mark of the Knight will definitely know that now, but at the end of the day, he's removing an archer unit from me, and I'm really not gaining too much from it, apart from just getting rid of one of his body-piercing units. Axe Guard are coming on forward now to join in the struggle. The fencers have broken or been killed. Actually, no, that's a lie. There's a few fencers left on the front line here, along with the Adunheim Shield Guard. Maybe a push would be in order, but of course you'd be pushing right into the Fountain Guard, and there's so many troops that could just immediately come in to take their place. So I think right now what Jar Jar wants to just do is just kill them off little by little. But it's not been a great trade so far. As you can see, we're 6 for 1. Over on this side of the battlefield, the conflict hasn't even really started over here yet. That's a lie. We're seeing these poor Snaga archers were ripped apart by the Moranon archers on those walls. Well done from Unknown Soldier for that. But at the same time, hey, that's what I use archers for on the attack. So, Goblin trackers coming on over here. Got to be careful with a lot of those pikemen. Snag archers, these look like the guys that got minced. Only 88 of them left. Moranon archers up there taking a bit of fire, I suspect. Got some chimneys on here. I thought it was a bit of fire from artillery, but there's not any artillery on the field today, which I think is definitely for the best. You know, these sorts of choke points, artillery just wouldn't. I don't even think you'd be able to get. You wouldn't be able to get an artillery piece through that doorway. You'd have to take artillery all the way around the other sides. You know, so either here or here. So what have we got? The Hieriothia. I thought that was on the other side for a second. I got scared, but no. So what's this? Alright, okay, no. No, I thought that was Sons of the Fallen again. I don't know, I'm seeing Sons of the Fallen everywhere. Fighting going on here again. The Fountain Guard have kind of pushed themselves a little bit closer to the action, but the Mark of the Knight is happy enough to just keep this going. The AP from the Citadel Guard is going to be doing wonders against those Shield Guard. And volleys from javelins into those Axe Guard as well is going to be doing some wonders for the defenders here. As I say, this is Jar Jar's role here. Unfortunately, he is just using up ammunition. That's the really just deadly thing. Because of how tight a choke point this is, it just limits what you can do. You know, we can't shoot in there. We can't throw javelins in there. The only thing we can do is funnel troops down this way, and yeah, you can see how that's going for us right now. So the best way to do that is just to absorb their fire for a little while. Athelian Rangers almost out of ammo, but me, you know, I'm out of no, not out. I've got 3 left, and the captain of the unit is remaining too. So I've got 2 bowmen, which have an entire unit's worth of ammunition. They'll be chewing away at that for the rest of the game. And Arius has come over here to help me. Now again, this is really where I should be getting stuck in. I've got these elves. I've got these skilled elves to watch my back. And as much as I don't want to, you know, I've got my pikes, I've got my pikes. I've got some good AP in melee. I've got my axemen. I can even shove my enslavers in if I need to. You know, I have something that I can use to push through there and push through there quite quickly. And then once it opens up, I can get my javelins in. But I'm so reliant on my javelins when I play on this siege attack with Ruda, where I was like, no, if I can't get my javelins in, there's no point in me attacking. So that's why I'm still just being quite passive, and I'm actually moving forward my clansmen in order to replace these palace guard, and I'm getting forward this unit of swordsmen. I think probably even to actually send them off over there to back up the Umbar forces again. I almost said Umbaran. Running a little Star Wars campaign for some of my friends for D&D, and it's so I've had to get myself reacquainted with a lot of Clone Wars lore. But yeah, so that is what's generally been going on. I'll keep you guys posted with what happens in the new year. I'm fingers crossed. It always sucks to say this, like fingers crossed I won't be here, but that's generally the thing with sort of working at sea. I kind of hope I will be able to land quite a nice little job and get myself zoomed away. But I will, I'll keep you guys updated with that. How and when that progresses. As I say, for the time being, there's still just that little confrontation down at the gateway, but for the most part there's nothing happening over on the other ends, and maybe this is a bit of a criminal act from us. Like, we really should be pushing at those ways. Jar Jar is really kind of feeding his troops in there right now, and he's doing his part. He's keeping Gondor focused, but so Gondor couldn't move to support the other ways. I think he is actually sending some troops over. Yeah, we're seeing some Pelagar Marines coming over now. So obviously the confrontation is going to be starting soon. Marksmen of Caer Andros coming here as well. Orc Fellers moving up. So the Orc Fellers would get torn to pieces by the archer fire from the Marksmen of Caer Andros. As much as I may have found issue with the Ravenhelms of Caer Andros recently, I love the Marksmen. I don't think I'll ever really fall out of love with them. I was about to say that looks like the Kindred there, but no, these are just Scourge Raider corpses. Again, armor upgraded Scourge Raiders. Solid choice, I think. Men are just generally spread out, making sure that they can't get, say, a unit of their shadow bows can't just run over here and just start volley firing down the lines of tightly packed men waiting to fight. But no action. It's just it is a stare down, not stalemate. Citadel Guard here wavering. They've actually taken a bit of a beating now. They have started to suffer, as the Axe Guard have really gotten stuck into melee with their you can see their massive axes. Their AP damage is going to be fantastic. But now coming face to face with a Fountain Guard and Phalanx formation like this, it's not going to be easy, and I don't think the Axe Guard are going to be cut out for it. Not a lot is cut out for it, in all honesty. Ravenhelm's waiting there. As I say, I was just talking shit about them a minute ago, so they will probably punish me for it. Wardens of Minas Ithil, yeah. Took a bit of a beating from Linarius' Hiri Peng up there, and also his Woodland Realm Patrol. So they had to come barreling down here, but they've actually, Mark the Knight has actually managed to find a perfect line of death straight down there, which he will be using to great effect. And those men still have quite a lot of their ammo left. So there's still all of these Alcarondas Legion, very effective in a fight. Some of them have been beaten a bit by archer fire. Here's my unit, second unit of Rudar Marksmen coming over here to assist. Going to be trying to find a place for them around about here, see if I can get some up and over shots to, well, some decent arc shots that I can get into Gondor's back lines. Dunman Pikes coming forward. As I say, this is the fear. Like, every time I'm marching a unit through here, all he has to do is run an archer unit up this hill, up this little slope, and he can fire across at me. And he could tear apart a unit like the Dunman Pikes. Troll Hunters there, they'd go a little bit better against it, and as would the Rudar Clansmen. But no, on this end of the battlefield, do we have a combat yet? No, I don't think we do. Over here. Snag of stalkers coming forward, just begging for a bit of arrow fire coming at them. Looks like goblin trackers actually came in first. So they are being given what they desire, and they're absorbing this marksman fire. But this is definitely the better way to deal with it. Unknown soldiers coming forward with his Moron infantry to clash with them. So the way I like to deal with sort of fodder infantry is throw a slightly less fodder infantry at them. You know, using archer fire against fodder infantry is exactly what your enemy wants. So. Orc fellers though, they'll be a bit different. If they can get forward without taking fire, they will cut apart these Moron infantrymen. Moron infantry really lacking any sort of skill with their blades. They will they'll suffer greatly to a unit that can crack through their armor. See, this is just something that you got to deal with. You know, these men are actually still finding OK arc. No. Some of them aren't. Yeah, there's a bit of space there, but like, you know, there needs to be communication. You need to get those Minas Morgul chosen to the right. What really sucks is when you start piling archer units on top of archer units, because nobody's getting a good shot then. You're just wasting endless amounts of ammunition. But I find with Tol Falas, that bridgeway, you know, the land bridge on the far right, that's perfect for just attackers climbing over each other and wasting endless amounts of ammo. Orc fodder here, orc fellers here, kind of off 2 mines with that move, and now they're going to pay for it, as they've lost almost 10 there very quickly, and a lot of these shots, yeah, you're seeing them falling from above, so Sauron's lucky for that. Those Minas Morgul chosen are definitely helping out their orcish allies here, or their orcish enemies. Or perhaps they just want to get them in melee rather than see them fall to a human arrow. This is a bit of a strange... so that's a pile of roof tiles? That's the roof tile texture there, but it's put up in this pile. As if it's like rubble or grain. Interesting. Okay, cool. It could just be a pile of roof tiles, to be honest. Just, yeah. Pile of building supplies. Good, yeah. See, these orc fellas are actually having some fun on the front line. That's cool to see. These sorts of shock infantry has been growing on me. I hated shock infantry for so long. I don't know. I just don't know why. I think it's because I relied so much on archers to really get my killing done, and I wanted to just like form a front line. But no. Oh, that's a thick blob you're seeing now. Let's get nice and close into that. Really check out what's going on there. Yeah, the Raven Helms have come forward now. Their skill will be very beneficial, and the Sentinels are coming up. The Fountain Guard are Fountain Guard have actually taken a few losses there, and but no, the mixture of these Sentinels and a few of the Shield Bearers that are remaining, I think is going to help out for sure. It's going to be pretty messy, but I think that the Fountain Guard are actually getting defeat is certain right now in response to this, as the Sentinels have really managed to form up a proper front line. If the Sentinels got buckled, then it's going to be messy. But yeah, you can see the Sentinels are managing to set up properly, as they are stabbing away and they're outranging their halberd opponents, or halberd armed opponents there. So they are going to be getting a lot more attacks in. But the Fountain Guard attacks are most certainly going to be coming in a lot harder and armor piercing. So it's going to be, this is a good sort of back and forth right now, and this is really what I'm wanting to get my Dunman Pikes coming in for. And my Dunman Pikes will be nowhere near the same level as the Narrow Sentinels, but they'll hopefully be able to do something. You know, if I can lose a unit of Dunman Pikes to even kill 20 Fountain Guard, I'll make that trade in the early game. Snag of Stalkers coming in here, engaging the Moron infantry. Yeah, you're seeing these orc fellers, these poor guys have been cut to pieces by arrow fire now. So this attack may have taken a little while to get underway, but now that it is coming in fast. Really sort of full swing, because they do have a lot more ground to play with over in this end. But they could be doing the same over here, and I wasn't, as I say, I was mainly focused on the other end of the battlefield. It wasn't really until Well, it took me quite a while to realise that this wasn't being pushed, but yeah, I guess they're wanting to just concentrate their focus on one area, and because they have so many troops here, the defenders need to leave things on this choke point. A lot of people think that they need to sort of be making a constant attack, but you don't really. We saw in that battle from that Osgiliath fight recently, there was a Mordor force that actually just pulled out, and he wasn't making an attack, but just because he was there, the defenders had to leave things facing off against. That's quite nice. We were right in the middle of an arrow crossfire there. Goblin tracker fire exchanging with probably something a lot more important, Marksman of Caerandros fire. Ah, cool. Usually I'm not too fond of shooting archers, of course, but when you've got units like the Marksman of Caerandros that are so important in melee in the later stages of the game, yeah, certainly I would happily shoot at them. More on infantry though, I'd try to avoid shooting at them if I could, but from an attacking standpoint, you just want to clear these numbers out. Really sort of make some ground. Elven skill there from these Spears of Emendure going toe-to-toe with the Minas Morgul Chosen. That's kind of nice, sort of spear versus spear. You don't really see that too much in Reforged. That's a really big thing in Silmarillion right now, But no, the Spears of Emendure, I think, will take that over on this end. The Guardians of Carndum with an armor upgrade, nice and beefy. They're going to be a substantial force on the front line for a while. And these these Mordor forces, more non-infantry there, and the Minas Morgul Chosen are not going to be lasting. Bulldogs there doing a good job of just keeping morale up from this unit with their morale buff. That's going to be really helpful, and supported by some orc fodder, nice. But they really need to get something of substance. Maybe the Guards of Osgiliath, if they can get in without taking too much arrow fire, could be fantastic on this front line. But right now it's looking messy. Let's jump over this end, see if I've made any sort of movement. I don't think I have. Nope, not yet. Nice. But really, this is, as I say, this is where I'm mainly focused. Our Sentinels down to 80 now. They've taken a bit of a beating, but they have definitely done their worth so far. This is the most sort of damage we've really been able to do to Gondor. And, you know, yeah, so you can see that sort of space there. But since they are halberdiers, they are able to close that gap a lot better than, say, a man-at-arms is. Or a man-at-arms. And they will be picked away little by little. But those Sentinels aren't going to last forever. They're down to 79. And I'm trying to come in with my Dunman pikes to replace them. Just going to refill my glass, so it's going to be a moment of silence. Nice. It's really nice to stand up while I'm making these videos now. Got myself a little standing desk for Christmas, so it's just good. It's a more natural sort of feeling for me just to you know, stand up for a while. As I say, and for work I stand up for like 4 hours at a time, so it's very natural to do that. Much better than sort of sitting down for that long. The Sentinels here, you're getting victory signs there, which when you're attacking, that's a lot of the time just what you're looking for is combat even. Combat even is good enough, because I don't really care about, you know, dealing with you quickly as long as I'm dealing with you. And these Fountain Guard are starting to take some losses, and he doesn't have an endless amount of the Fountain Guard. We're seeing a lot of men, some archers there taken down. I managed to shoot them to pieces with my Rudar Marksman back here. But, so that did pull them back, but they weren't really of any use back there anyway. So I have worked out, though, that my Rudar Marksman right here can shoot right up and over, and they can get a good arc on troops that are in this area. So it took a bit of experimenting, but once I found that out, I was pretty chuffed, and I was just waiting for my next target. We're seeing here, I think that this is where my 3 men are. Yep, 2 archers and the captain. Just firing up and over. As I say, they've got lots of ammunition to spend, so I'm just happy enough to send shots up and over at anything here. Have I killed anything? We're not seeing a single corpse. Come on, boys, you did something. Nope, not yet. That's okay. They're doing their best. That's all that can really be asked of them. So I've moved up my clansmen. As I say, if I was to play on this map again, I would play on large. Definitely. I think huge was just a bit too tricky for the cramped streets, and also, you know, these, like, this is the only way that I could form up a unit of 103. Sorry, 203. This is the only way that I could fit them in. So he could slip by me, but I would be able to just glomp him. Yeah, so it's not too bad. I'm in there, I'm blocking it, sort of. Spears of Emendure still blocking this way, just making sure that they can't get those war goats out. So I think when you are defending, it is nice to just invest in one unit of Lancers, because it just keeps the attackers on their toes, keeps them worried. Now, of course, they could just run out here and come running on through this way. But there's a lot of spearmen dotted around. It would be punished, for sure. How's this conflict going? Because we were having some good success before, but now with the Guards of Osgiliath, okay, I thought so. Right, so the Guards of Osgiliath are probably the best bet for coming forward now, and they have. And but they have been met by the Witch Realm Pikes. Even though they are orcs, the Witch Realm Pikes are quite good, and they've actually received an armor upgrade. Sauron has gone very elite with his orcs today, which I like that Angmar can do. You know, if you dish out the armor upgrades and the melee upgrades, suddenly your orcs are a professional force. Suddenly you're playing Isengard. You know, it's yeah, you're playing a much more aggressive Isengard. So it's pretty cool. And the Guards of Osgiliath will have some difficulty with that, but right now it doesn't look like those pikes have really managed to set themselves up properly. Yeah, they're all still pointing their spears, well, their pikes up into the sky. Yeah, you're seeing a few that haven't. That looks like javelin fire, actually. Eldar Council opened up, but then also the Kindred have done so as well. If they can just start tearing through a lot of these Pelagor Marines, that would be fantastic. Axe throwers there coming forward now to respond to this. So as I say, there's a lot of men dying over here now. Even though our little combat over on this side has lasted for a very long time, it's such a slow burn fight. You know, these Sentinels are down to 63 now, but it's oh, the Vanguard of King Elisar are coming forward now too. And we don't really have an elite. Oh, the Harbingers of Castamere have been sent forward. So Jar Jar Binks is really going for it. And he is responding quite well to everything that is around here. Those Harbingers should be able to actually beat the Vanguard, I think. I do think they are slightly better. The Fountain Guard are just not really... I think the Fountain Guard need to be ordered to attack right now. They seem to just be kind of sitting there. But my, as you can see, my, you know, idleness over on my side has allowed the Dwarves to just come forward with this unit of Halberds. Guards of Osgiliath are moving forward into the kill zone, so I should hopefully give them a quick volley as they advance. You know, because little by little, Kiptuk is just going to be able to bring these troops over to that end. You know, all he's really leaving here are the Sons of Durin, Ironfoot Spears, and an Ironfoot Pike unit. And, you know, maybe my force is not great for dealing with that, but I've got an entire army. And I really, you know, I could be breaking through. What are we at generally? 21 for 16, so we've kind of climbed back a little bit, but it's still a bit of a difference. But, you know, you're not really too worried about a bit of a difference when you're the attacker at this stage, but still. Minas Morgul chosen, with the death of a lot of these sort of heavily armoured Angmar units, it has started to swing back in the favour, and of course those Spears of Emendure are gone from the front line as well. Pelagor Marines coming up now. They aren't actually going to be so great on the front line, but they're really sort of just here to back up the Guards of Osgiliath. Maybe those Pelagor Marines have received an armor upgrade as well, makes them a little bit more effective. I'd be surprised if they haven't, because they're doing very well. Ah, saying that now, these Witch Realm Pikes have sorted their shit out. I said that. Nope, no they haven't. No they haven't. Goblin trackers out of ammunition, kind of just going to be taking up space on the front line, but they'll tire these men out. They might rack up a kill or two, but I think that's something that a lot of people do forget. You know, you really do want to get your better units actually up in the fight, and sometimes just the mass of fodder can stop them doing so. It's quite a cool little water tower up there. I really looked at that. you know, asset. Over here, Elders of the Elven King, not really used up their ammo alongside these Lorinad archers who have. Definitely a scary thing when you see these exceptional archer units have used up their ammo. But we're at 23 for 18 now. Goblin trackers, you getting an okay shot? Good stuff, boys. Yeah, they're getting a nice arc there. You can fire whenever you want. Come on. There we go, good. Ah, they're coming right up and over onto these Moranon archers and the Temple Guard. Temple Guard, whose armor will probably resist a lot of their fire, but it's still worth a shot, I'd say. Yeah, I'd probably be going for the Temple Guard if they were in my sights. I think I was actually shooting at the Temple Guard. I was maybe it's a little while, but I do bring my little trio of archers over to this end and get some back shots into these guys. I don't kill any, but you know, hey. It was just kind of trying to do what I could with what I had. Herenidane Rangers coming over here now. I love the Herenidane Rangers look. I really yeah. I think they're definitely one of the coolest looking units for me, even though they are just a bit drab and you know, nasty and gritty. I just think they're cool. Alcarondas Legion, and we've actually got the Elven King Palace Guard. My boys are actually pulling out there. Now the reason I was pulling out there was because he has found this perfect arc I was talking about, and he's just tearing holes right down it. So my men weren't actually in the fight, they were just sitting there and dying en masse, as you can see. You know, they start with about a unit of 203, so I just got them out. And left it to the heavily armoured Jar Jar Binks forces. As I say, maybe it is Ben Binks, maybe he is a totally different person, but I'm pretty sure that's Jar Jar. Elders of the Elven King, and I've even got my enslavers over here now too, so we have a lot of elite forces. So as soon as we get a clear path in, we can hurt them. And there's a lot of reserves here now. There's still a lot of reserves here though, and little by little, as I say, he's going to be able to feed those in to wherever he wants to go. We've still got no pushing on this end though. We're focusing our forces primarily down this end. Pikemen, getting to feet now. I'm really impressed with those Pilgrim Marines. Yeah, they've really done exceptionally on the front line so far. Goblin trackers, Sauron's done good ammo conservation here. There's this Eldar Council getting into a nice position here. They can definitely tear some people apart with their javelins. Shuffling all up now. Bulldogs again, just here for their morale buffing effect, really, and they are AP at the end. Oh wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I've never actually looked and seen the captain. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so they will throw themselves in when they have to. Their AP and general sort of abilities on the front line will be useful. I do always like putting my general in with the Bulldogs, just give him that armor piercing, along with the rest of his unit. We've got the Trolls of Gundabad there, as I say, the only trolls we have on the field today. So, oh dear, why a strategy I actually quite like to do, perhaps I'm silly to do it, but when I do bring Troll Drummers, which is rare, I love to actually set, look at these two guys. There is the units just chilling out, but they're just like running back and forth. They're just having a good time, just throwing little orcs around. Yeah, what I like to do is just move my troll drummers into position, and just like basically bait the enemy to shoot at them with arrows. Because I don't like, my troll drummers are just there for morale buff. I don't care if I lose like 5 of them, you know. So, and they can soak up arrows because they're a much smaller target than, of course, their model makes them look. And they can take a lot of just general arrows, you know, unless you're coming at them with something like the Romena bows. Of course, if I saw some Romena bows, I'd be like, no, let's not do this today, guys. Kiptuk is coming forward with his war goats now. He has seen my grand defense and he thinks he can slip by. The insane man. But we'll see how that turns out for him. Does he have any? No, Gondor. This is a great thing. Like, so Anarius did have these Hiri Peng here, and just this exceptional elven arrow fire skill. Oh my boy! Yeah, cut to pieces by a Citadel guard by the looks of things. So the Hiri Peng up there are really just keeping this clear for us, which is nice. But no, Harbingers of Castamere now without the Sentinels, or without many Sentinels. How many do we have? Still got 55 Sentinels. Japers sake, a lot of Sentinels. But all those Gondorian archers are there, and although I can get a decent shot on them, I think I'm basically, yeah, I'm out of ammunition for my Rudar marksman. So I've killed a few, you know, you can see a lot of these guys, a lot of these corpses. This was me, but like, wasn't really so great. But kind of happy enough with him just shooting up and over like that. It's not really going to go too well. Again, as bloody as this looks, we're getting victory across a lot of it. And we are actually racking up a few kills. We're 28 for 21 now, so we're still quite a bit behind. Dunman Pike standing by. Just kind of waiting for the opportunity, but they're exhausted right now. So I was happy enough to just send something else in right now. Considering as well, he still had ammunition on these Wardens of Minas Ithil. The Wargoats are edging forward bit by bit, and I kind of, because I didn't want to react too quickly. This is what I do a lot of the time. I just want to let them come out a little bit, so he has now. So I get myself launched in, I want to get them trapped, I want to kill them all. And I think yeah, of course, run my Coalfell Maidens down here now. Didn't want to react too quickly with them either. I wanted to make sure it was like, they did come. Oh, wait, no, I decided against it. As he slips back on inside. So, I wanted to catch him, I wanted to wipe out that unit. But no, hasn't worked out too well for me. I actually lost, did I lose somebody? Yeah, I lost one man there. So, that was a shame. But I managed to catch him, and he's sort of been getting bugged out inside this little building area. So I'm going to be racking up a good few kills. I think I've probably given them a melee upgrade as well, so they're a bit beefier. Well, they can throw a bit more damage. And they can really sort of hurt some units. Rudar Marksmen, when you give them that armor upgrade, I want to say they become beefy. They don't. They're still really quite fragile to ranged fire, but they're something. As long as you keep the shots coming from their front, that massive shield of theirs helps them out. Sentinels still surviving, doing really, really well. I didn't realize these Sentinels were kicking so much ass over here. Vanguard is King Ulzar, barely taking much damage though. This is such a slow burn fight over on this end, you know. We've really not had many casualties over here, even though this has been going constantly. So people are exhausted, but people aren't dead. Whereas on this end, it's a lot more explosive. And I'm surprised I could look over this area without lagging. That's a beautiful fire. I didn't know that was going on. I might be going into the front of a very beefy unit, but no, the Nemothian Honor Guard is a very worthwhile target there if you can just rack up a few kills on them. Or just damage, just general damage is great. They are 2 hit point units at the end of the day. Hiriet coming forward from an RS. Start pushing themselves into the flank of this Guards of Osgiliath force. And we're seeing the Athelian Rangers have jumped up into melee now too. And I'm looking for phalanxes. Fountain Guard, there's a Fountain Guard here. They'll hold the line very, very well, as we've seen. Airborne Legionnaires though, but apart from that, ready phalanxes are kind of rare over on this part of the battlefield. It's going to be a much more of a men-at-arms versus men-at-arms slugfest. We've got the chanting coming in from the Temple Executioners. This is quite good. Armor upgraded Temple Executioners, of course. So they're going to be able to really scare some of these guys, especially some of these less disciplined Angmar men. Guardians of Cardoon do have a morale buff effect, which keeps the boys around them in the fight for a fair bit longer, which is nice. Rudar Clansmen still, as I say, just standing. Just waiting. More on infantry, you're seeing them falling back. Kind of just, it's quite cute. You know, they're sort of running to one gate, from one gate to the other. Just every time they encounter an enemy unit, they bounce back. Yeah, nice. Sentinels there, you're seeing them really starting to take quite a lot of damage now. Just 22 left. Warns the White Tower getting pulled back. Alcarondas Legion coming up now, alongside some of these Elven forces, but as I say, still just ripping through them with this Ranger fire. Guards of Osgiliath, really kind of shuffling back and forth right now. Not really too sure where they want to stand, but they'll find a place, and once they do, they will do some damage. We don't really have the same issue. You know, once one of our boys runs, they're going to be gone. Especially over on this side of the battlefield. 8 more Troll Hunters. Now, I'm wanting to use them, and this space is opened up now. And I just feel like, surely there's a way I can do this. So what I did was I grabbed them, and I've clicked the attack order. And what my intention is I'm going to attack my way in until they get inside, and then I'm going to stop them. And just wherever they stop, they're going to start throwing javelins. So that was my plan. Over here though, found a, yeah, oh, I managed to do this. Perfect. Amazing blockage. Nothing's getting through that. You could charge, you know, hundreds of Gwathi Rock Door through that. They ain't coming. Perfect. Well executed defense. These guys could execute a better defense though. The Fountain Guard are coming up alongside the Nimlothian Honor Guard. That's a lot of AP, a lot of heavy armor, a lot of Gondorian orc killing power, just throwing itself on in there. And yeah, no, our boys do not have the power on the front line to deal with this anymore. What we need is javelins. We need witchers. Witchers are what we need. And there's not really a lot of archer fire. Temple Guard there. These guys have just run out of ammo. They've just run out of ammo. These guys, Marksman Canandros, have run out of ammo too. Gondorian archers, you don't have any ammo. Yep, the Witchers are coming forward, and there is no archer force ready to deal with them. Okay. And there's some exceptional units. I would just be happy to burn right through all this. I don't care. Just burn them. They're raising their swords. They are raising their swords. Come on, boys. Oh, come on, come on, come on. General's not here, of course. Come on. It's very tricky for the Witchers to find a position to fire at. But they're quite safe where they are. So even the presence of the Witchers might cause the enemy to kind of pull units away from the front line. These guys, Scourge Raiders, show your overlords how to do that. Just Karis Galadron Guardians. They can definitely do some good work. They could go toe to toe with the Fountain Guard for sure, but I would much rather just see the Fountain Guard burn alive. Come on, boys. No, I don't think so. Yeah, he's gonna try and move him. He's gonna try and move him. They're still fully healthy. They have not taken any damage yet. Oh, if I had any archer on the field, I'd be even axe throwers. To be honest, I'd be sprinting them down that way right now. I know the axe throwers are here, and the Temple Guard as well. Are we seeing the Temple Guard receiving fire now? No, not yet. I've not initiated my brutal plan. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna watch over this while I take a drink. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right then. Very good. Very well done, Witchers. A lot of Nimlothian Honor Guard fried up. A few of the Fountain Guard fried up too. That was a good move. And it was also a great move from Mark of the Night. This is really clever. Don't just sit and wait. Getting stuck in like that was exceptional. And yeah, he took a bit of a beating for it, but that worked out really well. Okay, cool. Karis Galadron Guardians, kind of they've been caught on the back foot here. I say as great as they are, they lack AP. So when a unit of Nimlothian Honor Guard is stuffed right in their face like this, they're going to be taking a lot of damage. They need some support, which is going to come from the Hiriek, which is great. But still, those Witchers racked up a good kill count there. I think both sides can be pretty chuffed with what just happened there. And now we're getting some, as I say, when it's a blob like this, yeah, you can fire up and over like that with the Watchers of the Golden Wood. Such quality over here now. It's a lot of the Gondorian elites, the Nemelothian Honor Guard, you know, it's the Temple Guard, Temple Executioners as well. The Bulldogs have probably launched themselves in here. Or were the Bulldogs just wiped out? I don't know. Where the heck were the Bulldogs? They aren't as great in elite as many others, but they're very good. Just a solid all-round unit. Have I come in here yet? Nope, no I'm not. So you can see, I've sort of got my boys up, and then I just stopped them. And I'm trying to find a spot to fire, but it's just tricky. It's just really tricky. So he's unloading fire on me by the veterans. This is something I was kind of chuffed with. I was just making him unload shots on me. Because I think he... You know, well, he's unloading shots on everybody, but a lot of it's coming at me. Rune Marksman out of ammunition, just adding aid to the front to help out these Elven King Palace Guard. And so that was something, but that I did get off a few javelin shots in this very crowded environment, so I thought, hey, that worked quite well over there. Well, relatively. I've got Ferodrum javelins over here. I can maybe make something work better. Take my Coalfell Maidens anyway. While all that gets sorted out, I'm going to run my Coalfell Maidens really quite far. Over here. Now, it takes a very long time for infantry to do this, but, you know, we're seeing the Coalfell Maidens are already right there. They're going to be getting here in no time at all. And they've still got just about all their javelins. I think they do have all of them. And we're seeing a lot of nicely heavily armoured boys over here. Now, the great thing about being on a horse as well is you can get a better line of sight. You're coming right over the top of your boys. It's like what I used to love doing in Empire Total War. Not Empire, sorry. Napoleon Total War. I would get a line of line infantry, and then behind my line of line infantry I would get a line of mounted cavalry. And that was just because the mounted cav could of course shoot over the heads of your line infantry. And it was just like Mint City, just tearing people apart. It was great. But, so I'm going to be doing that again. Just with javelins instead of firearms. I should definitely get that. I'm doing a what's Warhammer Total War campaign with one of my friends. I'm playing as the Empire, so I should definitely do that. Get some outriders lined up behind some of my infantry and just rattle shots into them. Fountain Guard are coming forward, but the Karis Galadron Guardians have sorted themselves out there. The Nemelothian Honor Guard are no longer really sort of surprising them, and they're able to do some good work. We're seeing the Greenwood Rangers just popped up there. Eldar Council coming up. Ah, nice big ol' axes from the Lornan Warriors, just what you need for this this heavy Gondorian armor, and also for the Moranon men. Moranon infantry may not have the best armor, but as I say, they really rely on it just to keep them alive. No, as I say, and all of this has been hidden for so long. So like I was joking about with them about like you know, all of my army has been broken, all of my army's gone off the field, but you know, as I say, it was mainly just hoping that they kind of forgot what I had. The issue with Rudour though, you generally know what the enemy, you generally are going to know what Rudour's bringing. Luckily, this was amazing. I was so happy to see this. The Wardens of Minas Ithil are out of ammunition. So we've got a lot of fodder coming up now, and they're really trying to plug this gap properly now with their Citadel Guard again. The Palace Guard are coming on back, which really allows me to just use my fodder properly and just wear them down a bit. And now that we don't have Rangers to rattle into them, I can get my Dunman Pikes formed up, and they've actually gone down to Winded, which is something you very rarely see in Medieval 2, is a unit actually going down a degree of exhaustion, vigour. Vigour is the word that CA likes to use for it. And but we really don't have much left over here. So it is kind of a case of like, hey, we pushed through. What did you push through with? Oh, we've got a unit of Palace Guard, half dead. Which, to be honest, I'd take a half dead unit of Palace Guard over in a lot of situations. So what are my Coalfell Maidens up to over here? Yes, they're here. Good. So got them here. We got some pikemen taking a bit of a beating for us, and we're yeeting our javelins over. Ah, the trolls have been thrown on end now too. Fountain guard on the front line, I don't know about that. But still, got my javies coming in, striking a few of these fountain guard. I just wanted to get the fountain guard gone. Which maybe I'm a bit too... Maybe I should have saved that ammunition, because right now that fountain guard is clearly being overwhelmed. Orc maulers taking a bit of fire from... we're hearing calls of Eladan, which of course means that elves are firing their arrows. Or perhaps these goblin trackers are just yelling it in the hopes that they'll, you know... That's fantasy. That's Warhammer fantasy, not you know, that elves can believe that orcs believe if they believe hard enough it'll make it happen. But hey, we can transfer universes for this case. Watch the Golden Woods still with their blue arrows coming forward as this orc mauler force rushes on in. Temple Guard, we spot a few Temple Guard in the fight too. Let's say I'm just happy to get my javelin on anything important right now. And then after that, the Coldfell Maidens with their magnificent charge of 2, a whole 2, will be exceptionally useful as lancers inside of the fort. Do I have anything moving? No. I do not. No, I do not. Let's have a look at my men hiding here. Just about everything can hide, apart from my Herenidine pikes. I love the Herenidine pikes. I love the Herenidine units full stop. It's, yeah, they're just cool. Where are my Berserkers? I don't know. There they are. Aha, good. Yeah, nice guys. I always put my general in with the Herenidine Berserkers nowadays. I just like it. I don't like putting them in with the Enslavers, even if that will give them armor piercing, which is nice. And Mark's done an exceptional job over here. He has been aided, of course, by the dwarves, on and off, but generally, like, this has been him, and this was quite early on, as I say, in him playing the game. So, you know, it's pretty impressive. A lot of people would argue it's pretty simple to hold a choke point this small, but no, it's not. Like, you've got to know how to counter certain things. You've got to know how to arc certain things properly, and I think he's done a good job of that. My Dunman pikes, though, I managed to actually get here with their massive pikes. Very simple pikes, but still, they're huge. And we're just jabbing away at the Guardsman's Gileath, along with my Enslavers. I've only got 2 Enslavers left. And now Enslavers, they actually do provide a morale buff, and that's it's a pretty substantial morale buff. So that was the main reason that I pushed them in here alongside it, just to keep these Dunman pikes fighting for as long as possible. Just really kill as much of this force as I can. Nice. And over here, come on, Ryan. And more troll hunters. Good. We're moving. We are moving. Took us a while, but we're coming in. Over on this end, our boys are kind of running on fumes over on this end. I've got my Coldfell Maidens coming in. I've taken a few casualties with them on the charge. Look at those corpses, boys. Yeah. But it's pretty chaotic right now. Let's have a look. Really not any sort of front line. It is a mess. As the Moron infiltrate her and lurch forward to stop the Hyriek, try to catch the Orc Mauler, try to catch the Orc Fellers and the Witch Run Pikes. There's still a Troll left, just slamming and smashing away at the Temple Guard, but the Temple Guard working together. Poor dude, I'm sorry. Sleep well, Prince. He did a good job. And the Guardians are coming up now. And they'll definitely be able to beat what's left of these Temple Guard, these very badly beaten Temple Guard. I disagree with that. I'm disagreeing with a lot of this fire now. I think when it was a big blob, fantastic. Now, hold fire. So, because we've kind of, unless you can get a good arc into the Temple Guard, then fire away. Bulldogs, where the hell are you hiding? Well, they're kind of out. I've never really had a proper good look at the Bulldogs. It's kind of, they have this sort of green texture there. That's kind of nice. Bulldogs smashing away at the Hyriek. Hyriek's a nice counter to them. Like, not so much are they going to win by any stretch, but their elven skill will keep them alive against the Bulldogs' sort of mad aggression and armor-piercing power for quite a while. So the rest of the battlefield can kind of be won, and then these Guardians can maybe shift around and stab into the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, sorry, not Bulldogs. One Nimlothian Honor Guard right there. Sorry, trying to avoid zooming right up into the sky. Nemothian Honor Guard, though, if he backs up the Bulldogs, then that could change things. No death on this end. Oh! Orc Fellers coming on in. Coming smashing into the Orc fodder. Orc Fellers there will definitely tear their way through this line without suffering too many casualties. And there's nothing really around that could easily counter this. You could send in the... Like, if you sent in the Minas Morgul Chosen, what the hell? Why are you not having victory is certain, boys? Good. They weren't for a second. I'd love to see them get backed up. Maybe by the Spears of Emendur. Yeah, I think they are. I think the Spears are coming in now. Or the Guardians, maybe? Just, I feel this is maybe this is a good time to push. But, oh, the Adumai Shadow Wolves. No. Where are my brave soldiers? No, I think we missed it entirely. That's a shame. Where are my boys? Don't tell me I just shuffled. I went in, surely. Come on. Yeah, good. So you can see. So I've given the attack order, and actually tried to volley off into them a little bit. They moved out to attack me, so I'm coming forward again to try and do it. But this one guy is just such a pain in the ass, because you've got to do this carefully, because as soon as he notices you, I'm lowering my voice because it's something you've got to do very carefully. Oh wait, oh look, I'm so close to him, and I'm not actually fighting him. Supposedly, hey, look, they're staying out of it. You're actually engaged with somebody if you're within an inch of them. These guys are outside of an inch with them, so that's fine. They're not actually engaged. They can still shoot. Hey, think about it logically, boys. So we're getting some good volleys. Right into the, I would love it if just one of them just absolutely dropped their javelin in right into that guy's back. But no, I don't think. No, stop it. It's okay. I think they're definitely in guard mode. So this guy's just going to tank it. He's going to be a brave boy as we unload. And see, the problem is I could have been doing this from the damn start. But no, really just goofed it. So this is actually working quite well, as you can see. But this is only really working quite well because he's not noticing. Right now he's focused elsewhere. And I don't blame him for being focused elsewhere. Everywhere else is it's a lot more intense than what's going on here. I've got my Dunman Pikes, who are kind of struggling in that fight, really. But you don't blame them too much for struggling, because they are up against some incredible forces here. I've got my one Witch Realm Enslaver, who is fearing so much for this conflict that he actually disappears inside of that wall. And he's removed from the fight. Oh no, not yet. But he is removed from anybody's vision, and he cannot be fought. So, yeah, no, he just he uses his, well, I suppose the Witch King's magic to disappear entirely. So good for him. He's pretty exceptional with that. And what we got? Surely they've come at us again now. No, yes, the Sons of Durin, and also this one brave fellow has come up again. But no, the Sons of Durin have come up to crack some skulls, and I'm actually using a lot of ammo because I say yeah, this is working quite well. Oh, dang, we got some Witcher Fire. Burning away on some Legionnaires. And probably some Temple Guard, hopefully. Let's zoom on in. Oh, nice. Temple Guard burning. I don't know who the heck this guy was firing at. Like, that was a bloody waste of incredible magic potential. But, hey, that was worth it. Do we have another one maybe for like, this blob? Come on, boys. No, they're moving around. They're trying to find a spot. No, my Coldfell Maidens are waiting now, out of ammunition now, so they're just going to hang around. As I say, I joke about the charge of 2, but it can actually do some stuff, especially if you're charging at some fleeing enemies. Just jab them down. It's great. 50,000 frames now, so this is, as I say, this is as long as a lot of battles are, and you got to keep in mind this battle was late at night. This was, we finished this bad boy at about 3 a.m. which is very late for me because I'm an old man. Not late for a lot of youngins, I know. Lorinand archers engaging the Temple Guard here. Scourge Raiders battling it out, heavily armoured as I say. Oh, come on. Kindred of Kellenborn there. battling against the Temple Guard. That's a cool matchup, actually. Full unit for full unit, my like all-in melee, my money would be on the Kindred, surely. But both units have definitely taken a bit of a beating. I suspect though the Temple Guard have taken much worse beating. There's a few guys getting in the way of this amazing duel between these two guys, so, you know, could they bugger off? Oh, works. They just don't know how to register an important duel. Cat's crying at the door. I'm gonna ignore him for a minute, see if he just wants to go away. I know, I love you. So yeah, we'll go over here. Oh, Basil, shush. Pikemen still battering and smashing away the veterans of Gillies. They've kind of managed to organise themselves though, and as I say, an organised unit of pikes can beat, you know, an organised unit of cheap pikes can generally beat in a face-to-face fight a unit of quality, you know. So you gotta love those fights when you had your Yari Ashigaru battling away with some Katana Samurai, and as long as it's like, hey, you're standing in front of me, sorry mate, you're dead. Oda was the best faction in the game. That can't be denied, I'm afraid. That or Tomo. So, yep, halberds still waiting there though. They can be thrown on in, and we saw what happened with the Fountain Guard versus the Sentinels. The Ironfoot halberds will do that 100 times worse to my Dunman pikes. So I'm just glad that they're not coming on in. Over on my choke point, as I say, I used up all my ammo, and I was pretty happy with generally what I had done there. You know, it wasn't anything incredible, but it was something. And now it's worked so well the first time. Let's get the Reforged javelins in. They'll do it 10 times better. So they're coming on up.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Somebody's lost half their men. My money is on Mordor. I would have expected Mordor to be done way earlier than that. We're 59 for 60. Look at that, we're ahead. For the first time in the damn game, we're ahead. And things are looking up. I've got my javelins sorted out. Witches have done pretty well. Here is getting pretty loose on their feet. You know, we've got the Temple Executioners here, I know, but do we have anything to shoot at them? Damn, you see, I don't know. I think those Watchers, I think they used a lot of their shots in the later stages just a bit too liberally. But it's this beefy ass Lothlorien infantry line. Lothlorien is probably my least played faction in the entire game. Least played faction in the entire game. You might think I'm done with that, but no, that's a tough thing to say. It's not actually something that humans are built to say very often. So no, it's really I don't know much about it, but I like it. We've got the Guardians here. Actually having a lot of difficulty. Minas Miracle Chosen, Orc Fodder, Minas. I guess they're just so badly outnumbered, but they're backed up. We've seen this man here. He's an Orc Feller. He's still alive. We can't really find him. Yeah, but he's there. Some Spears of M Endure, not many. And the Eldar Council coming forward now. Again, some Loreland warriors. It seems like Telperion was really, he had quite a lot of his boys left. And that is going to be busting it open. Now, are those Shadow Guards still? The Shadow Bows around still? What? Oh dear. Oh no. Dwarves are trying to burrow their way through this this dirt wall, trying to escape into some unknown enclave underground, I'm sure, as they fear us. Damn, I wasn't. Oh god. Okay, that's why we didn't push this area. That's why we didn't push that. I don't blame us anymore. I don't blame us anymore for not pushing this way. Oh. Yeah. Then we've got the we got a bit of fire coming in. Oh yeah, no, the absolutely gorgeous thing. Reforged javelins, they're AP and melee. Come cracking down with those massive ass, I don't know what they're called, but big old spike clubs. So that's great, you know. And I just didn't think about that. So I'm coming in here and I'm throwing my javelins, and then when they come at me, I'm cracking some skulls. So, you know, it's a win-win. It really is. Oh my god, he's crying. I hope that's not coming through on the mic too well. I'm gonna open my door super quick. wearing dolphin slippers. I opened the door and sort of stepped toward Basil, and he was like, nope, not having it today. So he sprinted halfway across the house. Poor thing. Oh, also, fourth reason, special fourth reason that I'm doing YouTube is just to take videos of the cats. Because when I go away, when I work away, I miss the cats a lot. So I of course I can take videos of them, but like I've never really been the type of person to do that. So that's why I take videos of my cats. Like it's also just like show you guys how cute my cats are, because I really freaking love my cats. But it's also just to, when I'm away and I miss my cats, you know, I can get on YouTube and I can look at my cats. That's all. You know. So yeah, those are the 4 reasons. So we've got the Citadel Guard here, we're actually having quite a lot of success up here against the Woodland Realm Patrol. You know, I do quite enjoy. Palace Guard are coming on forward now. As I say, I've still got my hidden boy. He has merged into that wall, and he is providing his sweet morale buff to all of my men. And he is totally safe. As I say, he's just hidden somewhere in here. I don't know how it happened. He just got pushed in there. And as long as I don't interact with him, he just stays there. So like I was pretty happy with that. Marksman Karandros had come up forward here, but the boys are waiting. This is a decent enough target. Come on, boys. I don't know if I do it or not. I might have already fired at stuff. No, I've still got my bows, still got my arrows. Come on. You're firing away. You're firing away at your friends. No, maybe not. Not today. Not today. That's a shame. Come on, Ryan. These volley shots right through their backs. Just tear them apart. This is a great position. Let's see, this is a tough map to assault, I think. Like, we've made a lot of mistakes. I want to make that clear. But like, oh fuck. But in order to stand here, they're so exposed. So a unit like Hereditary Rangers could just rip them apart. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm upset. I'm going away. I'm just going away. Going to somewhere where I'm pretty happy with what's going on. I'm not actually doing it. Why am I moving back? Get stuck in. Damn. Over here though, confrontation is continuing as Lornand warriors, as I say, those shadow bows have just been tearing people apart. Oh, Elders of the Elven King. Absolutely bodying people, as they do. It's just their nature. They live to body guys. Oh my god. Just yeeting them around too, but shadow bows don't take, well, rangers don't really take arrows in the best ways. But when you're getting hit by something like that, you're going to die quick. Good. Took me way too long to pick up on that. Way too long. But I'm doing it now. So, you know, hey. As I say, Marksman Karandros, they're really helpful in melee in the end of a fight. So I'm more than happy to unload shots on them. So yeah. Oh, good. But no, they've already done so much damage. Yeah, but we're seeing some success on the front line, backed up, of course, primarily by the Palace Guard, who, oh god, they're not dead, are they? Palace Guard might be dead. Backed up, of course, by this man, this Woodland Run Patrol, my lowly mountain men. Oh wait, no, we did see Palace Guard. 18. There's still 18 Palace Guard. What the hell are they? Oh, they're just hanging. They're just hanging out. That's cool. Anyway. Main confrontation of the fight. Back to where actually everybody's really wanting to see. We have broken through, and we are, really chewing through these guys as they fall back. Now, there's been a hold created by these halberdiers, but that's not going to stand against us, is it? As the Hammer Guard, armor upgraded Hammer Guard, I'll have you know, are prepared to bash through. As are the Watchers of the Golden Wood, out of ammunition, and the Witchers. We still have 10 Witchers. Don't have much ammo. Oh, look at that guy. Good stretch. Yeah. Definitely not much ammo, but something. And the Cinder of the Girdle as well. Get a little bit of ASMR. Now, has it already happened? Where are my girls? Where are my maidens? God damn. You're not dead. Did I just move you aside to make sure you didn't get in anybody's way? Oh. Damn, I think they're gone. Fuck. That's a shame. Nope. Haha. No, I have 2 left. What I generally did, because they did actually do quite a good route, and we were able to kill a lot of them as they were routing, and my Coldfill maidens were able to slam into their backs a few times. But Kiptuk here was pretty quick off the mark, and he got these halberds. He's not totally covering that position, but he's covering enough of it that we can't really squeeze through. Even my 2 maidens, they couldn't. My 2 maidens could slip through, to be honest, but I didn't really. I should have slipped through. I'm sort of pointing at the screen right now. I could have slipped right on through here and gotten around the back. That would have been helpful. Yeah, nice. And what's left of these temple executioners is trying to escape, but Telperion is out for blood. He's not going to let any of these Black Numenorians back. They will be slaughtered to a man out here. And if any of them did decide to try and escape, I would I'll charge them down. Little by little. We're not going to do much damage, but we'll get them. Over in this area, we have continued with our plan. And these Sons of Durin actually came out to stop us. But I was pretty happy with how I was generally doing with my Reforged javelins, just cracking away at the Sons of Durin. As much as the Sons of Durin I do feel are an elite unit, the Sons of Durin just never really seem to perform exceptionally well. So I'm happy enough to have this sort of fight, especially against the Reforged javelins. I never use the Reforged javelins. Like, why don't I? You're seeing this situation. From this point on, I think if I ever go up against the dwarves, like, why not? They're just good. And I have my berserkers coming in now. I just want to crush dwarves. I want to make up for lost time because I've found this amazing strategy and I want to make it work and assist my allies who very much need me to bust through here. Oh dear, I'm going to have to pour another glass in a moment. Let's find something nice to watch while I do that. Yeah, here's good. So we can see the Vanguard of King Elisar, who's still beefy, so healthy. Vanguard of King Elisar being one of the nicest armoured swordmaster units in the damn planet. I'll go on a limb and say that. And they're just standing really well against my exceptional pike line and backed up by swordsmen. So we'll watch this for a moment, and I'll be 2 seconds. Hey team. So, German pikes wavering. The morale buff from their hidden companion and from their hidden overlord inside of the brick wall, whispering words of encouragement to them in order to keep them in the fight. But they're still shaken. Wardens of the White Tower standing by as well. We even have the axe throwers. I think those axe throwers actually can throw axes still. Which against my lightly armoured front line is the noise that my Rudar soldiers will make when they see that coming at them. Now, Herenadine Berserkers backed up by the Frogman Pikes. I was pretty comfortable about this confrontation. You know, it's I was just having to watch out for where my general was in the fight. Where actually is he right now? Because I say that like I'm actually paying attention to these things in the fight. I'm really not. That's why I lose my general all the time. I just don't care where he is. He should be in the middle of the fight. Where is he? Oh god, where is he? Please. Don't be right in the front. I don't see him. Perhaps somebody else does. Nope. Is that you? No. That's a post. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, he's gone. He's not dead. Wait. No. I have no idea where he is. Okay, so, Center of the Girdle are through, and this line has broken. While I was looking at some very important things, this whole line broke. and our forces can barrel on through. And now with that line breaking, that of course means that we can link up our troops, and we're in the city. Elders of the Elven King here. Kiptuk forming another pike line here, and another halberd line here, which has been clashed into, but is holding. We don't really have the ammunition to unload into it, but you know, we're in. We are in, and we have got the Witcher's ammo. Now, so it really is down to the dwarves to bring it home today, as the orcs have suffered tremendous casualties. What are we at generally? 75 for 75. Oh, that's what we like to see. You know, the dwarves have suffered. The dwarves have suffered tremendous casualties, but the orcs are dead, basically to a man. The Gondorians have suffered greatly as well, but because I've not been pushing the dwarves, they've generally still got a lot of their boys, and they've got a lot of their ammunition too, which is the fear. So little by little, I'm just going to be pushing in through here, carefully, but we're winning. Oh yes, get them broken apart. So I just want to do a shield wall push, just bust them open. I knew I needed to make up time. I had to get in there. So I just wanted to bust this line open, just swarm in there, and just tear these dwarves apart. Herinidian pikes, and also just set the state. Like, I wanted to split them all into little tiny pockets and just jam them apart with my Herinidian pikes. Just get them removed. No dwarves. This place is not safe for dwarves anymore, I'm afraid. Ironfoot spears. Kiptuk is going to be falling back from me because I am obviously the greatest threat on this battlefield. Generally, I've got most of my men left. But also the Cinder of the Girdle. And Arius managed to slip them through. That absolute magician. How did he kill these men? How did these men die? I'm so sorry I didn't see that. But yeah, but no. Arius is broken on through. Got a great charge. And these Cinder are great to have in this later stage of the battlefield. Well, to the later stage of the battle, they can just do so much damage. One, you are. No. That's the Son of the Fallen. That is a Son of the Fallen. He's a Son of the Fallen that can walk on air. Nice. Cool. He doesn't have a spear bonus though. He's just going for it. He's the one man out of his unit. The rest of the unit's just like, yeah, okay, this is just the way it, it just be this way sometimes. We just take charges. He is not having it. He remembers Khazad-dûm. Fucking hell. Where did he go? There he is. Okay, no, he's coming back, but he's charging back heroically. He's not coming back defeated. Swordmasters coming breaking on through this way. Dragon Slayers in their way. Backed up by some crossbows, out of ammunition, but Ironfoot crossbows can do a lot of work in melee. Sindar with another beautiful charge. This is really where an Arius racks up some monster kills. Shot at by some Gondorian archers, but Sindar don't care. They actually do care a lot. They're unshielded and they don't have great armor. But, Elders of the Elven King coming forward now. Can we get another good charge in there? I think we are. Oh, Javelin's coming in. A few of them getting jabbed down. But no, that wasn't as brutal of a charge. So he's just going to fall on back now. Oh, got some furnaces still running. As I say, I'm still just trying to come in. I've just come in so late, and although I'm making some good ground, Frodrum Javelins there, I managed to pull them away from this fight, because they've still got lots of ammo. So I just wanted to get them back and get some Javelins in there, and just wipe out this force, get the Ironfoot Pikes taken out, get the bloody Sons of Durin dropped. And it's working out okay. I got my Berserkers out of the fight too, because wherever they may be. Oh, I actually probably didn't. No, I sort of did. I pulled them back behind the pikes just to make sure I didn't kill my general right off the bat. Right off the bat at 62,000 frames. Yeah, cool. Not many generals live that long. Vanguard of King Elves are still standing. Alcrondas Legion are coming forward, mincing some people, but generally this line is pretty dead on the ground now, and but it's just got some elite troops left in it, and it's going to hold very well. And we don't have that much to push it with either. Herinidian Rangers here, still with ammunition. Not endless amounts of ammo, but a bit, What do we got over here? So they kind of start to fall back to these final areas here. They have that massive ass hill to fall back on if they want to. What we end up? Oh no, Mirkwood General Inarius has fallen there along with some of his elders of the Elven King, no doubt. 80 for 80, still pretty damn close. And the Greenwood Rangers have appeared. And Inarius knows his stuff. He'll find a good target. Well, he'll find a good art for his boys. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Watch the Goldenwood engaging these Erebor Legionnaires. That's actually a surprising fight. I would still have expected the Watchers to be tearing through people there, especially backed up by a few of these Elders of the Elven King. Elders of the Elven King fighting to the death. What the hell? I know this is a pretty intimidating sight, but still. Damn it. Okay, that's Lothlorien's general taken out too now. We've lost both of our elves. So now we are just pirates, wild men, and orcs trying to assault this position. Speaking of orcs, we've got the Watchers. Sorry, not the Watchers, the Witchers, and the Wardens. Well, Wardens there, no ammunition, but I love the Wardens. As I say, best, favourite unit from Mirkwood, for sure. By quite a long way. Love their ammo, but then they just take out those beautiful axes of theirs and start cracking some skulls, which, hey, dwarves, you want to die? The Wardens are the ones to do it. Whoa, watch the Goldenwood running away with 36 men. That's painful to see. What is so scary here? Is it just the numbers? I don't know. Oh well. Wardens are hopefully are hopefully not going to be running away. As I say, it's slow progress, but it's progress. I'm working. I'm doing it. You know, we're coming. We're coming to help. Little by little, as we continue to throw our javelins. We found a good position, just getting those javelins stuck right into those pikes. As I say, if he comes to attack us right now, it'll goof up his formation. It'll mess him up. So it's a win-win for me. And this is kind of why I would want to do one of these battles on a smaller unit scale, so that you can kind of manipulate things like this, like inside of this this building. Like, I love fighting inside buildings like this. It's so weird. It's kind of funky. I might actually, can I do something with that? I don't know. This is a really long battle, so I don't really want to come back and take screenshots of it. I've got to say, I don't understand how guys have the patience to do that. Like, I love doing this. I really enjoy going through battles, but finding screenshots is the most boring thing. It really is. I don't know why, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so off that topic, Wardens and the Vanguard of King Ails are smashing their way into this Alcarondas Legion formation. Alcarondas Legion, of course, remembering the great sacrifice of their forefathers, Alcarondas being the only ship to ever land on the great Valinor, yeah, and the disgusting, rotten hive of Valinor, and in order to claim it for humanity. And a lot of people call Umbar bad guys. No, they're not. They want humans to actually get their rightful amount, from all of this. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Good. So, Blacklock Engineers, though, being engaged by the Hammerguard General. No! I see, he would have had AP with that big old mace of his, because he was part of the Hammerguard. But, so he would have done some good work, but man down now. Ironfoot Pikes. Oh no. Crap, those Lorna Warriors. They would have been broken. I've sort of shared with just 14 men left. 84 for 86. So we're ahead now. We've got the Sindar. We have the Sindar of the Girdle, and we have the Witchers. The Witchers are taking fire now, and they are not good at that. They burn a hole through these highborns, though. And the Watchers have come back, which we knew the Watchers would come back. The Wardens there, smashing their way through. And crossbows still. And the Marksmen just, unloading everything they've got into those Witchers. Right now, we've got 4 Witchers there and 1 big man with a banner. A bit of a waste of ammo. I'd hold fire right now. I don't think there's a good target for them. I just get those 5 men hidden in this corner. Just down that alleyway. Or just away. Just get them away. That's all well and good as well. Send
Our
out the
allies
girdle.
have fled the field like cowards.
That's the last of Lothlorian's men taken out. Greenwood Rangers. What are they doing? I don't know if is that a good target? Oh wait. I don't really know what they're shooting at there. But yep, they're getting shots on something. Got one Lord and Warrior running this way. Don't worry, my man. You will get to safety because I have finally broken through this alleyway. But yeah. What about this passageway too? Alcaronda's Legion still just hacking their way through the Gondorian elites. Ironfoot Axe Throwers. As I say, Axe Throwers, they're more expensive of course, but they're the exact damn same stats as the bloody Ironfoot Warriors, I think. So, you know, I just love adding I think on anything. It means I can say whatever I want, and then just, you know, nobody can like call shit on it, because I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I didn't say it for certain, I just said I thought it was that the case. Aye. So, halberdiers here. Should probably actually check to make sure we're still recording. Good. So, mark that down so I can So we've got the Ironfoot halberdiers, and yeah, they're definitely very good at this. The Alcaronda's Legion are just nice at mincing their way through things, because, as I say, they'll fight to the very end, every single one of them. But when it comes to, you know, Sentinel Guard, who have AP, Halberds, who have AP, and just, you know, Vanguard and King Elisar, they're just not going to really be able to do that. I think I'm the last general from my side on the field right now. Hernidian Rangers have actually still got ammo for them right now, but I just felt how little they still had here right now. Actually, did I? No, I think I kind of wanted to try and find a spot for them. So I tried to do my attack forward with them and then just get them in a nice position in order to rattle off a shot and really try and replicate what the Mark of the Knight had done to us earlier on in the battle. Just try and rattle some shots into this line, although that's really not possible. But still, worth a try. What's all the way over here? Are these my... I think the maidens died to the last. Dunman Pikes. 3 Dunman Pikemen just running off into the mountains. Good for them. Yeah, like, I don't blame them. What have we got here? Still some battling going on here, but we're just about broken it. And, oh, so we have entirely broken it. And I just wanted to rush on forward. Yeah, you can see, wow, I'm really excited. Really excited to just get inside this site. And just trying to assist my friends. And this is force Kiptuk and what's left of everybody else just into the port section of the map. This is the port of Horondar, or Horondar, I think, and just to set up their final stand. And what have they still got? No, but we're really low on troops now. It is pretty much just me at this point left. We do, however, have 19 Sindar left, and anything that doesn't get behind safely behind that Ironfoot spear line or that Ironfoot crossbow line is going to get rattled. And we do have those Greenwood Rangers standing by as well, who can do some damage. In addition to that, what we have are these 5 Witchers too. And now that I've come in, my first port of call is to, well, my first thing is to run up here and just strike down and finally bust open that position. Bust open the position that myself and Jar Jar Binks have sent most of our troops to death in. And of course also Mirkwood and Arius has done a fair bit of damage over here as well. So I felt it's only right that I come over here and sword it. You know, it has to be done. With our swordsmen, actually not too tired. Not done a huge bit of fighting. And see, they've still got 202. I think they start with 203. Troll Hunters taking a bit of fire from on this hillside, as they still have a few of these Adunheim shadow bows that have run on up here. what are we at generally? 86 for 89. It's pretty damn close, really, for this late stage in the battle. Witchers coming on back, 5 of them left. Really just going to be needing me to provide them with a bit of shielding. And anything else down here? No, really not. As I say, this is the Lothlorien is gone from the field. Angmar is pretty much gone from the field. It's really just so it's really just myself, some Sindar, some Rangers, and also a few Umbar forces. Again, Umbaran, not what I'm referring to here. I don't think I'll have my guys go to Umbara. It was a cool battlefield, but I don't think I'll send them there. Deal with it as they're all like Jedi Padawans during the Clone Wars, so it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a cool little campaign. I've been thinking about it for a while. So I've really just grabbed anything I could and just got there as quickly as possible, because we're just losing troops right now, and of course my Hereditary Rangers still have ammo and they're properly engaged in the fight at this point. So I wanna keep them alive, keep as many of them alive as I can. So if I can just get my Emperor Troll Hunters, they still have ammo. My intention here was just get my Emperor Troll Hunters lined up behind them, and just one good volley, just like I felt only one from what I've got, 96, 87. Weird how your brain does that. Line them up and just 87 javelins right into the backs of this force, just take them out, and I felt that'd be enough. That coincided with a quick push from everything up here will win us the day. And if not, got the Sindar to sort it out too. Need to make sure I don't actually fucking javelin. Don't. Thank God. Oh God, if I javelined one Sindar to death, I would be really upset. No, I didn't though. Didn't. Yep, that's dandy. But no, that was a nice careful charge from an Arius there. Good javelin throw. They're still standing though. And I didn't really want to waste all these javelin fires. Javelins. Just javelins. Just javelins, right? Just say javelins. And I'm coming on up. So really, I should probably just go for a quick melee charge. One quick melee charge from the back from the Emerald Troll Hunters, I think, would break that position. But no, I suppose it's fair. You know, as I say, I don't think Dwarven Halberdiers are really a bad. Oh God, don't friendly fire, don't. He's broken them. Don't. Well, I wanted that kill. I wanted the Gondorian general's blood on my hands, so I had to go for him. I'm afraid. It was worth it. It was very worth it. What have we got here? Some men routing. Highborns of Erebor actually running up the cliffside. Scours leaving their men to die down here. Dragon Slayers, still 61 Dragon Slayers. That's no fun. Let's say we do outnumber them, 87 for 92 now. So we do outnumber them significantly. But that's a lot of skill, a lot of numbers that they've got. Now I don't actually know what happened. Don't know what happened here, but there's one Witcher left. And he's being pursued by some Axe Guard and this one Temple Guard. Now, that one Temple Guard will kill the Angmar Marauder. Sorry, no, yeah, that one Witcher. So he needs help. So I'm sending my Hereditary Berserkers in just to go and back him up. They got to back up their buddy. So we'll take out this last Temple Guard, keep him safe, because we need him. We really need that last Witcher if we're going to deal with some of these elites. Halberds, two halberdiers would be able to beat that Witcher again, as I say. So I need to get my Hereditary Pikes. Everybody, it's Operation just wipe out the Witcher right now on the Defenders team. So I was getting my guys just sorted out, and I wanted to just get him inside, just have him sit inside my Hereditary Berserkers, and that'll be fine. Although I did want to go for the Ironfoot Pikes. Axe Guard there too. So yeah, if he just sits right in the middle, he'll be okay. He'll be safe. Nice and safe wall of wild now. And yeah, Bit of success. One down. Come on, come on. Die, 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 die. Kiptuk's trying to worm his way around. Axe Guard. This Temple Guard's still alive. Die, Temple Guard. Where is he? Where's the Witcher? Oh, come on, boy. You're still alive. I think he actually wormed his way around. No. I have no idea where he is. There he is. Good, good. He did manage to slip around. We've got the Sindar here too. So they'd be able to keep him safe. And I think I unfortunately missed it, but we have broken through. And also, there were 2 Corsair crossbows hiding. Whoa! So, as shit as it looked, we've got 2 full units of Corsair crossbows. We've got a Witcher with probably a few throws left. We've got Cinder of the Girdle, bit beaten, only 19 of them, but 16 of them. We've got the Greenwood Rangers, we've got my Herenidane Rangers, and we've got a lot of my troops. You know, we've got a lot of stuff, you know, that we can still use, and it's it was stressful, and it was late, and I was tired, but I wanted to win, so I was still focused. Sendar coming here to help me out against this bloody damn Temple Guard who just won't die. Oh, sorry, that's an Axe Guard. That's an Axe Guard. It's not the Temple Guard. Temple Guard died already. Yeah, good. Sindar going over there. Have a bit of a rest. Chill out. Find their point later. And there's not enough phalanxes. Oh, what's wrong, Kiptuk? You can't block things with phalanxes anymore? Oh no, you have to use your elite units to block the alleyway? Oh, that's such a shame. Gonna die in a minute. Got my Rudar Axemen coming forward, ready to, nice, full, fresh, energetic, good to go, ready to crack open some Dwarven armor. Herenidane Pikes, exhausted, beaten up, but still ready to stab into some dwarves. Reforged Javelins, nice and really busted up, but they still got a bit of ammo. Only this guy wants to throw. He's just the best thrower in the unit, but he's killing guys. So who blames him? Who blames him? Sender of the Girdle. That's the problem, you know. So, you know, this is the absolute power of having... I talk about the strength of having an exceptional unit of Lancers for the late game in field battles, but, you know, we're seeing the exceptional strength of, like, a great, you know, Lancer unit in a siege battle, too. It's just a shame that I never used them. I use cheap Lancers, because I don't trust myself with expensive Lancers. Ooh, what's that fire coming in from? Could be crossbows. Could be rangers from above. It's rangers from above. Not got a beautiful arc, but we're getting through a few guys there. Getting through the backs too, so of course it's a case of like, oh no, do I turn my shield toward the ranger to watch out for the arrows, or do I turn my spear toward the Sindar of the Girdle to make sure I don't, you know, get a lance up my ass? So it's a tough choice, tough choice. Reforged Javelins there, as I say, you know, we were pretty scared at the minute. This was definitely a dicey situation that everybody was in. Hiri Peng too. We got Hiri Peng. Do they have ammo? Those guys still have their bows. They still have ammo. Oh my god. Woodland Realm Patrol as well. Out of ammo, but hey, 6 elves. I've got my guy out of the wall. He's around. He's around. We've got one enslaver. Don't know where he is though. He's somewhere. Yeah, good. That's interesting. Corsair crossbows still have this. Oh wait, sorry, no. There he is. There's my boy. Exhausted. It's a very tiring job, yelling very loudly from inside that wall to keep your men enthused and ready for battle. But he's done it. He's done it well. Okay. And for crossbows coming forward. Axe throwers. Ooh, still with ammunition. Still with ammo. It's very scary. Because they will just tear through me. They will absolutely split me in half. Anything really. I just don't have the armor to resist axes. It's just the way it goes. The Dunaim shadow woes are still pestering us from above. But 11 rangers can't really do too much. over time, of course, but, you know. So our plan right now was to just wipe out what was at the port. Just take it out, blitz them, and then move up to deal with the highborns and the shadowbows up the hill. They were falling back. They've surrendered this passageway to us, as these pikes have continued to take damage from my javelins, and yeah, my nice close range javelins too now. And now where is he? Damn it, it's already happened. Where's my boy? I think he may be dead already. The Witcher, throughout, you know, despite my best efforts, was felled. He was felled by an axe thrower. A terrible shame. Really, really upset us all. I don't know where he died, but he's dead. Yeah. Fraudulent javelins here. Try and just move on forward. Is he dead here? No, no, surely not. No, I don't. There's a lot of corpses, a lot of bodies in this town. Oh no, what we got here? 87 for 93. We've got an endless lead. Endless lead. All the numbers on the planet. Doesn't really matter. The most of our numbers are mountain wild men, but they're numbers. And we got Corsair crossbows. So these Corsair crossbows line up. They spread out. Just keep themselves a little bit safe from these Ironfoot crossbows that are going to be returning fire on them. And they start rattling up. I love their crossbows. I love crossbows in general. Not just in the game, I just like aesthetically and mechanically I enjoy crossbows. I think they're just cool. Yeah. I used to have a crossbow when I was a kid. Like nothing like insane. Just yeah, just like a little muckabout crossbow. And it was a lot of fun. I don't know what happened with that. I think I shot my I fucked my hand a few times just by like, you know when you're just dumb as a kid, you know, you just like oh, I wonder what happens if I put my finger here and I, you know, like how much does it hurt to have the string just hit your finger? You know, it's it hurts a lot. But yeah, so I think that it broke at some point. Just I think, yeah. Oh well. I'll maybe get a crossbow again at some point. We can get, yeah, you like crossbows are legal here up to a certain weight limit. Like when I say weight, I mean I don't really know what the fucking classification is, but like how much it can like pull, and yeah, so it's legal up to a certain size. These crossbowmen have been taking an absolute beating from the probably superior Ironfoot crossbows across the way, but hey, they're standing their ground, and we've got another full unit right there. Well, not full, but sizable unit right there. Hereditary pikes just waiting for their opportunity, not really wanting to expose themselves to the crossbow fire. I've got my fraudulent javelins up here, kind of baiting them, like, hey, yeah, really, do you want to use a full crossbow volley on 7 men? Loser, come on. You know, but if he doesn't, then I'm just gonna keep throwing shit at him. So, what? I'm getting shot in the back. No, I'm not. I'm getting shot through. So yeah, he does decide to use a crossbow volley. I get a little upset about that, but I still keep throwing my javelins. So I'd rather they you know, use up their crossbow volleys on my few javelin men. They're actually really accurate at this range. This is such close range that this fight was going on. I've got one guy. I just wanted to keep him alive. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that hammer. I thought it was just a member of the hammer guard. That's halberdier there. Nice. Halberds are also something I enjoy from like medieval era. Oh well, yeah, you know, everything really. But we have a friend was running a tabletop RPG called Song of Swords, and it was pretty good. I grabbed myself like it's really intricate melee. Not even like range. It's got some kind of cool stuff about it too, but like really just intricate combat system. It's not really got like shit for charisma or anything silly like that. Like we just do charisma by like speaking ourselves. You know, we don't really muck about with stats for that. So it's got like all it's got is combat stats. And so I had my halberdier and yeah, it was cool. It was a fun little system, but game didn't really last. It was a bit too complicated, I think, for us. We like to just get stuck into the nitty gritty, the RP. We're a bit nerdy for that. So, for spears, move forward. Corsair crossbows, God, beautiful. This people meme a lot about like, oh no, I can never find a good arc for my crossbows. Oh no, crossbows suck. Crossbow, look at this. Oh, just look at that. That's so gorgeous. Just when you like, of course, this is I mean, but like, still, once you just get your head around how the arcs, what the shooting system works in medieval. Like, it's easy to find, like, yes, I know I'm going to be able to shoot from here, I'm going to be able to shoot from there. Throwing weapons can be a bit tricky, especially the Witchers, as I say, but, you know, I wish you could just, I wish we could do something, whereas, like, you could just, ignore friendly fire, so, like, you could just tell your Witchers just to target something, and it's like, there's an enemy in the way, I don't care. And you will just burn through like fucking 100 orcs just to kill like 3 Citadel Guard. Good little counter charge here, downhill by the Alcarondas Legion into the Ironfoot Pikes. Now it's always nice to kind of just charge pikemen when they are in this kind of like, oh no, we're not gonna pikes down yet. So you do often do a fair bit of damage, but when you've got this sort of numbers discrepancy, that's not going to be enough. So Jar Jar Binks is doing a pretty cool thing here. He's getting his shooters around the side just to rattle into them. So I've got most of my men kind of hidden down here, taking some bloody shots from those fucking shadow bows. But that's okay. They're for later. They're for later. They'll get their comeuppance. And we're under 10,000 frames now. There are battles that last 10,000 frames. So yeah. They're taking a freaking beating from these crossbows. Have these crossbows not used up their ammo? But yeah, get some shots into the Blacklock Engineers who have used up their ammo, and also the Dragon Slayers that are hiding back there, because they're the real threat. These pikemen are not too much of a worry. Now maybe I should have been getting stuck in properly here, with my swordsmen, with my axemen, just really cracking down there with using our numbers. Would have probably been what I should be doing right now. But as I say, this was... I was tired. I was sleepy. It's not a good excuse, but it's my excuse. Hey. look what we're talking about. Got my axemen coming in. Got my Heredity Pipes coming in too. Ironfoot crossbows are out of ammunition. That's what I was waiting for. So, Ironfoot crossbows coming up into the fight. They'll actually do some pretty good job. That's pretty good work. That's something I like about Erebor. Like, a lot of people much prefer Khazad-dûm to Erebor, but I freaking adore that. Like every skirmisher for Erebor is like, oh well, I'm out of ammunition. Well, let's pull out my axe. You know, it's always just everything is a light infantryman, and I think that's just great. Rudar Axemen here. See, my Rudar Axemen are actually just like trouble up against these Ironfoot crossbows. So it's cool. Like, I mean, I'm killing. I'm racking up a few kills here for sure, and I will whittle my way through that, just because of like numbers difference. I outnumber almost 2 to 1, but yeah. I've got my my Hereditary Berserkers coming in here too now, and my more Troll Hunters. They've still got a bit of ammo, so just trying to do what I can. Dragon Slayers are coming up into the fight now, but with my Hereditary Pikes sort of settled up, we can start mincing this through bit by bit. Harry Peng back here still with their bows. So yeah, pretty tasty. What have we got? Shots coming in here. Oh, that's what you want to see. They're coming to the left side, so those shields are going to be coming into effect. But still, it's a crossbow bolt. It's a damn crossbow bolt coming right into you. So that's gonna hurt. And my Hereditary Pikes are kind of loving this fight, which is hard to love a fight up against the Dragon Slayers, no matter who you are. Actually, no, they're not loving it anymore. But my Hereditary Berserkers are right there, and they're going to be coming up in. Now, the Hereditary Berserkers, I as much as I love them, like they really can't. They can't fight up against a lot of other elites by themselves. You know, I love them. If you can use their axes, they're great, but they're really not good enough for that. And what do we have coming down here? What? That's 2 full units in Nazgul and the Mordor General. They were hidden up here the whole time. What? So, we of course knew that this was happening. We were watching it, and that's why I wasn't just slamming all of my troops into that front line. But I didn't really spot that this was going down up until it really was. Tried to get some javelins into them. Let's slow it down for a minute, just because this is of course us entering the closing stages now. So I tried to get some javelin volleys in, and that's really going to be doing a fair bit of damage to them. My Herenidane Rangers, I was a bit slow on the mark from there. I tried to run them back, and 2 full health, really energy full, everything units in Nazgul. That's not fun to deal with on the best of times, and I've just not got enough ready for it. So they come screaming down this hill. I don't even know what happens there. I think I end up just getting stuck in with my Rangers. I don't think they had enough ammunition for me to really care about it. And I start fighting away. I got my Rudar Swordsmen coming launching forward, getting them nice and compact first, because of course they were spread out to avoid the fire from these shadow bows. That was the reason that we didn't send anything up to deal with that. They had 2 Nazgul up there, so you know, I was trying to meme around a bit, but you know, yeah, what I'm talking about. And we've got them just absolutely surrounded as they've launched themselves into this fight. And I'm doing the very best I can, getting my full unit of swordsmen there too now. And we'll just continue to cut them apart. Crossbows coming over, just try and get some volleys in them. 8 more troll hunters, out of ammunition. But on this front line, we're winning slowly. Blacklock engineers are going to come in now, but they're pretty nasty. But there's going to be no more reinforcements on our side, and they've got that 30 unit of Blacklock engineers. We've still got those 15 Sindar of the Girdle. That's my general gone down too, which is going to hurt my morale over here fighting the Nazgul. As we're just losing that fight really badly. I tried to get them around here. I tried to take my time, flank them properly, and get a good charge in, just to totally surround them. And we're definitely hurting them. As I say, there's 12 as standard, so it's 112 and 113, and but they'll be standing very nicely. The Highborns of Erebor have also come down here. I didn't even notice that. And they're not fun to get through if you don't have armor piercing. So of course at this point, unfortunately, firstly it was Lothlorien player. He lost connection, so we had to kick him from the game. And then Inarius lost connection. We had to kick him from the game too. So these Hiri Peng, I don't think they would have been a major game changer, but they could have gotten some good shots off, and they would have been elven guys just holding back the Nazgul. You're seeing how quickly the Nazgul just tear apart my clansmen there. You know, armor piercing be damned. These are the two left. They've lost their one other archer there. These were the Rudar marksmen that took a beating in the beginning. I managed to kill the Mordor general inside of this blob. But the Nazgul are of course a lot tougher than a general is. As you can see, they're down to 11. So I've killed one of the Nazgul. But so once one Nazgul goes down, you know that the rest are going to be dropping kind of soon as well. So this other full unit of Nazgul comes and makes contact, takes out the captain, and that guy actually starts running from the fight. No, you've seen all of your men die. All of your fellow brothers have fallen. I think he gets second thoughts. He's turning around. I know he's still routing, but no, he's actually turning around to. He's just making people think that he's routing. He's turning around to get in. He's turning around to get in the fight. I know, no, it didn't work out. He turned around for a final heroic charge, but you know he couldn't stand in their way. And with the Blacklock engineers coming forward, actually, they managed to gain victory here in this confrontation. That was one of our. I think that was probably Umbar. That ended up routing off there, as these highborns get a flank around what's left of my men. This is really something that I appreciate, and this is one of the main reasons I love Rude Hour. It's just the morale of Rude Hour compared to a lot of other evil men. You know, your boys just stay. Like, they're down to 60, they're surrounded by highborns and 2 units of Nazgul. A lot of units, a lot of Western Kingdoms of men would be bolting it. But these men are standing, and that's really something that that's the reason that I think Rude Hour is, I'm going to say definitely my second favourite, but sometimes I would definitely say my favourite faction. And so yeah, no, they managed to blitz that, and admitted defeat. Now, of course, since Anarius had lost connection, we had to go deal with his last units. So we'll just jump it up into hyperspeed. So we've got the Sindar here, and we also have the... so what I do is I take my last Tyrannidane Ranger, and I just say, hey, don't kill my Ranger. Just he's going to go show you where they are. Because I can see you can see where your allies' hidden units are by pressing the, that faction button that like lights everything up. You can use that to show hidden units. So I was just using that to like show where the last Greenwood Rangers were, because I was like, this is a long ass fight. I want to get this recording, and so I was gonna. And of course, if you just all leave the game, then it's finished. So I ran off to go show them where that was. I'll probably jump up to, I think we can handle 6 times speed, because there's so few units left. I really would have loved to have seen what would have happened had Anarius not lost connection. I think we would have still lost, but those Sindar, with a few great charges, those Sindar could have really damaged the Nazgul. Like, I'd love to say that I hurt the Nazgul. Like, you've seen 10 Nazgul left there, and 11, the Shadow Bows. Like 10 Nazgul left there. I definitely hurt them. And, with another good, with a good few charges, with those Sindar, I think that really could have messed them up. And then also these Rangers could have helped us out, just tearing through that final position of the Dwarves. That could have been really beneficial. And then also the Hiri Peng. If nothing else, the Hiri Peng could have gotten a good volley on the Nazgul. And also, just Hiri Peng and melee is they're no joke. So so I'm pretty chuffed with how it all went. But I really would have loved to have seen what would have happened if we just had Anarius for that last little while. Also, I think really unfortunate that Sauron lost his last Witcher to those axe throwers. Because that would have been. Just imagine a Witcher volley right into a group of Nazgul, just blitzing them. That would have been great. So what do we generally have here? Got the Berserkers there, 66 kills from them. I was okay with that. I really saved them for the end, and they went up against some nasty guys, the Sons of Durin, for instance, and they were one of the first units that I was really pumping into that last position. So, that first position for me, and then they were really cracking into like the Dragon Slayers after that. So I'm okay with the amount of kills they got. And then my Tyrannidane Pikes there. Only 92 kills from them, but again, they were going up against some dwarven units, heavily armored dwarven units, and that's not really what pikes are meant for. I'd love it if that was our Tyrannidane halberds instead. That would be great. But then my Dunman Pikes there, they 105 kills, just to, up against that Gondorian front line. I'm chuffed to bits with that they were able to do that much. 48 there. No problem. 103 though. That's really good, I think, for a Rude Hour Clansman force, even with the armor upgrade. Witchroman Slavers did not too bad, as I say. Like they really went toe to toe with a lot of the Gondorian elite, and at the end of it, of course, going toe to toe with some Nazgul. So that last guy, Rude Hour Swordsman trio, not great results from any of them, but as I say, they were going up against heavily armored dwarves for the most part, or Gondorians. The Axemen there, nowadays what I tend to do is I actually mix and match. I'm exactly half for half. I do half swordsman, half axeman, and I think that's generally what works for me quite well, because we've seen these axemen here grab 96 kills, but that's generally what you want. Of course, if I'm going up against all dwarves, I'll take all axemen. Fraudrum javelins, great stuff. Wish I did that earlier. I really think that would have made some tremendous gains had I done that. Then Etmore troll hunters, the double there, yeah, they both did okay. You know, I'm happy enough with that. Hereditary Rangers actually did not too bad. I wish I fired upon those Kerandros, marksman of Kerandros earlier, but all in all, you know, you do what you gotta do. Then my Rudar marksman, I say that 16 was just the one that got absolutely eviscerated by Ranger fire, so you know, hey. And then 69 is okay for a unit like that. And then my Coalfell Maidens actually did quite well for like not fighting a single Cavalier, getting that many kills. I'm pretty chuffed with that, because that's why I like to bring the Coalfell Maidens, because if the enemy don't charge out at you with Cav, you can still throw shit at them. You know, you can still hurt them that way. Jar Jar Binks had the worst attack position out of everybody. Like, that's why he didn't rack up any kills. Like, there's nothing bad about that. He did very well for the real shit stick that we handed him, and or his deployment position handed him. You know, so and he did the best with what he could get, and it was good. It was great that he did that without complaining. Like a lot of players would just whine and moan through the entire game, but no, he did it, and I like it, and he did well with his Corsair crossbows at the end too. I think it was nice that he just kept them totally hidden until the end as well. He just didn't move them, you know, he stuck to the plan. Then we had Telperion. No, I kind of disagree with a few of his overhead shots at some point, but generally, like, that's all right. Like, he pushed through when he really needed to, and he was a big force in finally getting us through that position on the far side there. Sauron there, as I say, I wish he just saved that Witcher. I don't think it would have won it for us, but it could have killed some more Nazgul. But it's not too bad anyway. Like, he was a real, like, he was the first man in, which is not really a fun situation to be in, and he did good with it. He did good with his ammunition as well throughout, I think. And Arius had great control over like all sides of the battlefield, because he was supporting us on the very far west, and then he was supporting orientating myself on the map. Sorry, he was supporting us on the very far east of the map, and then he was supporting everybody else on the very far west of the map. So that was exceptional from him. Unknown Soldier there, the double Nazgul strat. Like, we've recently seen the triple Nazgul strat and seen that that's maybe not so great. I think double Nazgul strat can work quite well though, as we just saw there. If we were properly prepared for it, if I had more javelins in position, if we had the Witchers in position, or the Sindar, yeah, that could have messed them up, but like, it worked quite well here. And I think he was kind of like how Jar Jar Binks was. You know, he was defending two positions and really just taking the initial brunt of the attack, which that's really the job of an orc when you're defending alongside a human and a dwarf, you know. But hey, Kiptuk, I wish I had pushed Kiptuk harder in the beginning, really do, but he did very well, I think. Saved a lot of stuff for the end, did a good, like, it was good that he didn't just fall back among the Nazgul, because we would have been able to concentrate our power, concentrate our force. I think splitting up was what fucked us. Splitting up our focus and splitting up our important weapons was great, and so him holding the port at the end was a smart plan. Mark of the Night, as I say, I talked up Mark. I think this was one of his earlier games. So as I say, the Rangers misstep was something that everybody does. I did it in my first few games. I took Hereditary Rangers, just like, wow, these are the most expensive archers that these guys get. I'm gonna choose them, of course. You know, so like, but you know, he held that position really well, and always sort of had some good matches going on. And generally, that was that. So, Happy New Year, guys, and for that, Happy New Year, guys. I think that's all I really have to say. I don't. Yeah, this was fun. This was a big ass battle that I wanted to get at for a little while. So I hope you had some enjoyment with it, because I mean, I really enjoyed filming it. But yeah, thanks, guys.